I think I do. He gets rid of 2. I gain 2. 2 life him. 4 life him. 4 life me. And 2/2 creatures with vigilance. Alright. Okay, so what did he get? Hello everyone, it's the Grey Goose, and today, well, we're in the new release now, Theros Beyond Death, and long story short, I didn't do any pre-orders, so I'm still missing some rares, some mythics that I would like to be able to do more of the random daily deck tech stuff, but I think it's going to take a little while, maybe a few days, if not a week or two, before I get a full amount of cards that I would say I'm comfortable enough to try the different color decks. So for now, I'm just kind of integrating new cards that I did get already into kind of older decks to make them more stronger, more flexible in ways. And so today we're going to start with this Esper Stax Doom deck with some integration obviously from the Theros Beyond Death card. So let me get into the deck tech here for you and then we'll get straight to the gameplay. Okay guys, for the Doom Stax deck that's updated for Theros Beyond Death, at least partially, because I do think it's going to be a pretty relevant deck in this meta, at least compared to before Theros. So let's get into it. The Birth of Meletis I think is a good include into this deck. It synergizes well in that it's a permanent on the board for kind of like 2 turns basically, which could be a good target to sacrifice for Doom Foretold if you need. Not to mention you could bring it back with something like your Dance of the Mance eventually. Basically it helps you filter through to find a land card if nothing else. For 2 CMC you're finding a plains card, and in this deck we have 3 plains. Plus you get a 0/4 colorless wall defender, so that helps you survive against aggro or other beatdowns. Not to mention it's a good body to help protect if you get this on turn 2 and Teferi on turn 3, then the blowback from a creature, you'll have a 0/4 defender to help hold your Teferi alive, and you gain 2 life, so not too bad. Omen of the Sea, a 4 of, and I think absolutely a 4 of. This sort of deck used to run both the Golden Egg and the Guild Globe, but since the Guild Globe only draws you a card and gives you mana fixing, this gives you a card, mana fixing, and 3 life. I decided to keep the Golden Egg in, but Omen of the Sea is just so good. 2 CMC, so the same cost. Yeah, it's a blue, but that's not hard to pay in this deck. It has flash, which is relevant too. That's pretty neat to put in at instant speed sometimes. And you can scry 2 before you draw your card, which is insane. Not to mention, if it sticks on the board and you find yourself with extra mana eventually, instead of fixing you mana if you don't need it, you can use your mana to scry 2 later on. It's an excellent addition thanks to Theros Beyond Death. Of course, we got the Golden Egg. They're just such great cantrip cards and good ammunition for Dance of the Mance or Doom Foretold. Speaking of Dance for the Mance, just 2 of I think is a proper number here. You know, the win con is if you cast it at basically 8 CMC or more, then you can bring back your enchantment artifacts back as 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types, so they get all their ETB triggers, not to mention they're on the board being scary. I have 3 of Thirst for Meaning, and this is one that I'm still tinkering with. I don't know if I'm 100% sold yet or not, but 3 CMC instant to draw 3 cards is awesome, but then you have to discard either 2 cards or 1 card. So unless you discard an enchantment, then you're discarding 2 cards. So it's still a pretty good reach for what it brings to the table. I don't know if it's better to have Chemist's Insight or maybe a Drawn from Dreams or even like a Gadwick, but I think this one has the most synergy with our deck, so I'm sticking to it, and maybe go down to 2. I don't know yet. 4 to Fairy Time Raveler, you know him. 4 of, yeah, he's just so great with tempo, plus it shuts down certain decks if they're instant speed shenanigans, and it gives you coverage to cast some of your big bombs like your Kaya's Wrath, your Time Wipe, or your Planar Cleansing at instant speed on your opponent's turn 2 to catch them off guard or gain that much more value. For Oath of Kaya, this is just a very solid 3 CMC enchantment for this sort of deck, dealing 3 damage to any target, plus you're gaining 3 life, and it's a permanent on the board if someone tries to attack your Teferi or like your sideboarded Ashiok. You start to deal damage to them and gain life, and it's amazing. It is a legendary enchantment though, so keep that in mind. You can only ever have 1 on the board. If you Dance of the Mance multiple of these, you still get the ETBs for all of them, but you only get to keep one on the board permanently. Of course, Doom Foretold, this deck is basically built around that. It's just such a swingy card. They discard, you gain a card. They take 2 damage, you gain 2 life, and you get a 2/2 White Knight creature token with Vigilance. So it's insane. Kaya's Wrath, this is great. If you have any creatures on the board, it gives you a little bit of life, but basically you want it for the Destroy All Creatures clause. It goes through protection in that it doesn't deal damage, you're just destroying all. Plus it hit lands from things like Nissa, +3/+3 lands from her +1 ability, loyalty ability, so it's pretty good there. So I have one of Time Wipe in here. My dream was that it'd be good for my one of Dream Trawler, but basically I don't have any Shatter the Sky yet, and ideally you would want Shatter the Sky, okay? So if you have that, play it. Within the next week or so, I'm going to have a lot more, I think, rare Mythic Wild cards, but this is one that you definitely want to look into. And speaking of Dream Trawler, I have just one of, as like the cherry on the top, the finisher. Yeah, we got some board wipes that can obviously kill her, the Planar Cleansing and the Kaya's Wrath, but besides those cards, she's meant to get on the board and stick on the board and never come off of the board. Unless your opponent has a sacrifice or a board wipe as well. Not to mention the lifelink is great. She's a pretty beefy body for a blocker. She's got evasion and she draws you cards, and she's just insane. For lands we have 26. I think that's the right amount, somewhere between a medium and a high amount, and we have pretty decent mana fixing. Thanks to Theros Beyond Death, we have the Temple of Deceits now, and we have the Temple of Enlightenments. I only have 2 of Temple of the Enlightenments right now, and I only have 1 of Temple of Deceit. I think ideally you want to have 2 of each. I think that would be the perfect number. So right now I'm stuck with 3 of Temple of Silence and 1 of Temple of Deceit. I do have 1 Fabled Passage. I don't know if that's correct to have. The 3 planes seems like appropriate because of the birth of Meletis, and maybe a 1 of Fabled Passage is correct because sometimes you need that 1 island or that 1 swamp to fix you up just how you need it. 2 of Castle Vantress. I feel like this deck is always pretty starved for mana, so I don't know if you're ever really going to get value off of that. You might be better off playing more of Temples or Basic, or maybe even just 1 of the Vantress. And for sideboard, you gotta have some sort of graveyard hate in this meta now, thanks to Theros Beyond Death with the escape mechanics, not to mention everything from before Theros. You have your Cauldron Familiars, you have your Cavalier of Thorns. So all of that, you're going to need some good graveyard hate. And for me, I think the best one right now is Soul Guide Lantern. I like that when it comes down, it can hit one specific card if that's the only problem that you're worrying about now, or at instant speed. Once it comes down, you can exile the entire graveyard before it gets targeted to be removed. You could argue that Grafdigger's Cage is equal to or better than Soul Guide Lantern, but a couple things. A, this is uncommon, so maybe people don't own the Grafdigger's Cage, which is a rare, but also B, this is a passive effect. The thing is, Grafdigger's Cage is prone to removal. If it gets removed, then it's not doing anything for us anymore. Whereas the Soul Guide Lantern, you can get rid of that one target card for now. You can then save it to exile the opponent's graveyard at a moment's notice. Not to mention, in a clutch situation, it can just, for 1 more mana, draw you a card. So I like this one better overall. 2 of Devout Decree. We have the white to be able to cast it. It's just too good against any creature or planeswalker that's black or red. Plus you get to scry. If you get the +1 on your Teferi, you can cast it at instant speed, and it's amazing. 2 of Noxious Grass. There's a lot of green out there, not to mention white as well now with all these Selesnya Bogles running around. So you just want to instant speed, get rid of any creature or planeswalker of theirs, and gain 1 life. 2 of Dovin's Veto and 2 of Sinister Sabotage. You want your counters to be available in certain matchups. This one has the bonus of having a Surveil. I don't think you need like an Absorb to gain the life. I'd rather have the Surveil, honestly. 2 of Kaya Orzhov Usurper. Once again, when we go up against that graveyard hate deck, the Kaya is just insane. She gives you basically infinite value against those decks if you get her down. Not to mention she synergizes extra well against decks that have 1 CMC or less permanents. And 1 of Ashiok's Eraser. I only own 1 copy. I don't know if I would go up another one though. This is basically a counter, right? But the thing is, this is 2 CMC, this is 3 CMC. That's the only reason that I wouldn't necessarily put more of these in. Yet, I don't know or not, but it is very powerful for what it does. So you flash it in, basically basically it's an instant speed counter, and then when it enters the battlefield, you exile that spell that's on the stack. And once this is on the board, they can't play that spell anymore. Say you counter a Nissa with this card. Well, they can't play Nissas for the rest of the match unless this leaves the battlefield, if it's destroyed or bounced or whatever. And not to mention, then they get to return the exile card to its owner's hand, so they get their Nissa back. So it's kind of a high risk, high reward style play. And you have to weigh the pros and the cons with this, although it does synergize well with the enchantment thing in your deck. If you end up sacrificing this or something, they get their card back, so keep that in mind. And last but not least, one of Ashiok Nightmare Muse. First of all, for flavor. Second of all, she's new. And third of all, she's really powerful. Getting to put a 2/3 body on the board every turn is awesome, not to mention when it attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of the library. So exile is very strong, obviously better than putting something in the graveyard. It synergizes well with your Kaya Orzhov Usurper for her ultimate, being able to deal that much more damage. And not to mention her -3 is a bounce and an exile. And her -7 is a bring 3 of theirs in exile onto your side of the battlefield for free. So she's very, very powerful. Alright, going in with our Doom Foretold deck against Goose. Don't know what we're up against yet. We'll scry it up. We've got nothing the first few turns here. We don't really need that 5th land now, so let's keep going for value. Maybe a Teferi or something early on. Alright. I think we'll just play this so we can Omen. This is all actually looking quite yummy. Yes, it is. Wow. I guess this is the order we want it. Something like that. Okay. So this deck looks like what they call Bogles. So it's a small amount of creatures, but they all have a lot of protection and buffs. The problem is 0 protection against sacrifices. He might have like a Kayametra's Blessing or something. Karametra's. And then I can't. Alright, there you go. So that's one of the big protection cards out of the way already. And they found an aura now. Good for them. I could start just Doom Foretolding and really stick it to him. I don't think he's gonna like that though. Do I just Doom Foretold? I don't know, man. I guess I could. Either way, it seems we got so many sweepers here. It's not looking good for the boy. Let's just put it that way. Alright, so we're at... We need a swamp. We need a swamp. We need El Swampo. Let's go ahead and do it. So they're both gone. The problem with the Bogles deck is there's not many creatures. So if he puts everything on his one creature and I put a Doom Foretold down, what's he gonna do, right? Even if he makes a token, like the Doom Foretold, you have to sacrifice a non-token. And then easily we'll start getting our health back with Oath of Kaya. We could even sack the Golden Egg for more health. So, when he casts an enchantment or an aura, yep, like that, he'll make a token, which, yippee doody. How many is in the? Yeah, he could definitely do that. Okay. So he wants to put a bunch of stuff on Siona. But if he taps out, that's just an easy Oath of Kaya, isn't it? And then I just save my Doom Foretold for the very end. The very, very end. So, you know, this is dirty, but it's getting the token out of the way too, because even a token can be the target of these auras and enchantments. Alright, so that's a scary one. It kind of refills them up again. But the problem, once again, is Doom Foretold. It's just a sacrifice. So it's going to stay on the board for multiple turns. You ready? Alright, so now it's gone. Oh, it can just do... That's right. Okay. Well, very good. Alright. Makes sense. Okay then. So you have yeah, he'll play that enchantment and we're good to go. So actually he kind of surprised me here. Yeah, he did. And the damage he's going to be pushing is kind of intense here. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we'll sack, I guess, the Oath of Kaya, because I already have one here. I am hoping to get a... Yeah, let's scry. Try and find one more land here. Let's find a land. Well, this is bad, guys. Ready? Yikes. Yikes. So I think he won. He won. Just right there at the end. The Satesian champion having that. Alright, so we need to further kill... Yeah, the Noxious Grasp is insane here. Dovin's Veto. And I think Ashiok even. So let's get rid of like this Dream Trawler. It's too slow against this. They just try and ramp out. Planar Cleansing seems amazing actually. Time Wipe we don't need. I mean, it's a board clear, sure, I guess we'll hold on. Which one's not good enough? Thirst for Meaning's a little on the slow side. Birth of Meletis, one less and one less of here. Okay. So basically we want more single target removal because they have those Karametra's blessings, but those are one of the main and only ones of getting rid of that. He just snuck through just barely with that Satesian champion chained into another Satesian champion. So that guy alone, I guess, can pop you off. And Doom Foretold's only getting rid of one thing at a time, and he can draw definitely 2 things plus per turn on his own if he has a godlike top deck mode, which he did that match. So okay, so let's see, we're on the play. I'm gonna keep it because once again, unless he starts going super wide, right, that's pretty good single target early removal because his whole deck is green and white. Might as well. We got a counter, we got a removal. I'm gonna shock it in to have options available. Nope, let's go ahead and find our 4th land. I want to do that instead. That works. Okay. I'm happy. Good enough. Turn 3, we can play a slow land and probably Noxious Grasp something. Seems good. Alright, so let's go ahead and Temple of Silence. We're good on lands, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Alright. So what I want him to do is try and attach something to the Envoy. Blow his mana doing that. Think he's gonna. Do I counter it or do I kill it? I think I go ahead and kill it. That way... Oh, okay, interesting. Alright. Very, very interesting. Guess I should have Dovin's Veto there. Well, we'll get the ball rolling on what he has to start sacrificing. So there goes one of his enchantments. But the thing is, he has plenty more to put on. But I have 2 Doom Foretold. So this turn, I sacrifice the Omen of the Sea. Alright, so yeah, obviously I sack that. And what I can do is put this down to search for a... Yeah, I'm going to do this. This is another permanent on the board. It lets me search for land. So we're kind of filtering through. And I have enough for the Dovin's Veto, I might as well scry. And I don't want any more lands. I mean, I guess that's okay considering I have a Doom Foretold. We'll keep it. Because I don't really care about the 0/4. He might try and play something here at instant speed. No? Okay. Depending on... He's going to put a creature down, right? Alright, get rid of that. Interesting. So I play this guy. Do I just hit him so hard here? I think I do. I don't know. I guess I do this. Just keep filtering, right? Just keep filtering. Do I double hit him though? I mean, for real. I think I do. He gets rid of 2. I gain 2. 2 life him, 4 life him, 4 life me. And 2/2/2 creatures with vigilance. Alright. Okay, so what did he get rid of? 2 lands. That's crazy that he's flooded out that hard. And there's another one. So now he's going to get the chain rolling hard here. Alright. So the Synergies champion honestly is the one that I'm most afraid of. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you get all that shenanigans. Okay. Let's get Teferi down so he can't instant speed anything fun anymore. He's wondering if he should do the Karametra's blessing.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
So that kills one of his enchantments. Oh man, this is so brutal actually. So let's go in. And this is where I'm going to hold back actually for one more turn. Right? Yeah. We're going to hold back. So this burns a lot of his mana to play the Synergies champion. He does have 2, and he can chain off of... Ooh, look at him go. He can chain off of... So my Dovin's Veto only works on his enchantment aura thingies. Alright. Might as well. Ooh, I gained 2 life. How do I want to do this? Doom Foretold? I guess, right? I don't think he'll block. Obviously. This gets rid of his Siona. Castle Vantress seems good, but I can't do anything with it yet. I might as well put that in tapped. So there goes Siona. Now he can chain with the Synergies champion. But Kaya's Wrath kind of just wrecks him if he doesn't have an indestructible that he's saving. Alright, so there goes Teferi, huh? Here we go. So if I get him down, then the Oath of Kaya shuts down the champion, and then we basically just win. Alright. Got it. Do I keep this on the board? No, his Oath of Foretold, I mean, it's going to proc, so I might as well get this back. Draw a card, end the turn. Oh, I can win. Alright. Dream Trawler just seems so good. The problem is, if he stays alive, if he has a creature that stays alive, they can be buffed up to dumb numbers. I've seen like basically 2020s off of a single whatever that flying Griffin birdie is. I'll keep. This isn't exactly what I want to see, but it's good enough, I think. I'm gonna play colors that will hard let me. I guess the Birth of Meletis here is pretty decent too, huh? I wish I had my Noxious Grasp. We're gonna Birth of Meletis. It's pretty good. Filter through, get a blocker. The Oath of Kai here would be nice. Oh, okay, this is actually really good. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I don't want to shock if I don't have to. So this is his card draw engine. Just shut him down early. Okay. And then next turn can start Kaya's Wrathing. Alright, so he's all in except for 1. But I bet he has a 1 CMC something, and here it is. The Sentinel's Eyes let him... I'm surprised he didn't use it. So this is the Karametra's Blessing. Alright, I think I go ahead and do it. Right? Nah. We Omen of the Sea. Let's get another temple going. Another blue, just in case. Nah, we're still early game. We need to verify we get all those. Single target removal essentially right there. All right, so then next turn it's just Kaya's Wrath, but the Karametra's Blessing makes them indestructible. He can't push through with the Siona. And if I kill everything all at once, that doesn't do anything for him. So he doesn't have enough here to do anything except for that Karametra Blessing shenanigans. Alright, so we go ahead and we do this, it looks like. So he has a Karametra, but he's going to use it in such a way that I think the Bronze Hide line is going to survive onto the Transcendent Envoy, I think. Oh. He didn't have an enchantment. You can't do that. Like, where is it? Look, if it's an enchanted creature or enchantment creature, indestructible, he should have put it on the Envoy. Oh, he did that to himself. Vantress is good, but I need to keep going with answers right now. That's too slow. We should have had that game won, but he chained into those Satesian champions too hard. So the Doom Foretold here is pretty sweet. Alright. Alrighty guys, we got one more match coming up, but I just want to invite you, if you're new to the channel, feel free to comment anything you can think of. Hit the like button, subscribe, we'd love to have you back. I try and make a video every day here for Magic Arena. Catch you guys tomorrow. Wow. Alright, so we're on the draw here, so I'll keep it. Well, we got some board wipes, especially if this is a creature-based deck, which it's looking like it's going to be. Shock this in, why not? I don't think I need another one, do I? I think I need lands more than anything to be able to play all this crap. Oh my gosh. Hey, there it is. So we're Temur now, huh? Temur. So it's probably not a creature-based deck. It's probably a bunch of smattering of weird crap. Do I want to play it really slow? I think I might as well use my mana. I don't know why he didn't attack there. I guess he didn't want it to be available to be targeted. So effectively he's ramped out now. So 5, is that Nissa? Okay. So the problem with his plan here is that we have 2 Kaya's Wraths. And in just 2 turns, granted I draw 1 land, we'll be able to plan our cleansing and everything's ruined for him. Alright. So he gets 3 damage in. I Doom Foretold, and what does that bring back? Yeah, he has this weird deck, whatever. Doom Foretold looks pretty easy here. That gets rid of his Cavalier of Thorns. Or do I just want a Kaya's Wrath, honestly? This play gives me a Plains to guarantee a planar cleansing. But a Doom Foretold is also kind of nice as well. I don't want him to be able to ultimate. 5, 8, 11, down to 4. That's cutting it too close, isn't it, guys? I am 1 mana off from being able to do cool stuff. So I think what I gotta do here, Doom Foretold. So that's the Cavalier of Thorns, right? And then he can put something on top. I think it was kind of a hard decision for him though, because he doesn't have anything super amazing other than that Risen Reef. So depending on what he draws into with his Nissa out, he can definitely do some plays here. Because I have to kill this Nissa.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Okay, so that's some damage coming through. I'll get rid of the Oath of Kaya. Alright, so we did hit a land. This is good for us. Unfortunate about the... I don't know. Do I want to play Doom Foretold, guys? Because Doom Foretold would get rid of his Risen and his Nissa. But I think we have to. Let me get the land out first. Yeah. Grab the last plains. Doom Foretold. Alright. So he gets to swing in for 6 here. There goes Nissa. Does he have another Nissa? But even if he did, right, he wouldn't have enough to kill me. So the Planar Cleansing's cool, but the Kaya's Wrath is also cool because that's all creatures, not just lands. Or non-lands. So I get to sack both of my thingies. Is he gonna play a creature? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it's Nissa. I don't think, or Hydroid. He would have shocked it in. All right. So, wait, man, we're cutting it close here. But you know, everything works out in due time, right, guys? Due time. All right, so we go up to 7. We get 2 cards. He's minus 2 cards. But you can pretty much guarantee he's keeping 1 land and 1 cool thing. So we got rid of a Nissa. So is it a land and a Nissa? How does that work, right? Because I have blockers. In control of target creature. Oh, this is funny. Alright, so we're gonna scry it up. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Alright, so he's gonna be mad at me. A Crow in War, huh? Seems a bit clunky. So Doom Foretold is going to keep doing work here. Alright, let's go ahead and Thirst for Meaning. Good stuff. What do I want to get rid of, though? Planar Cleansing? Kaya's Wrath? I guess I'll get rid of these 2 to be safe, right? So we'll smash in. And by smash, I mean deal 2 damage. I guess I could have Teferi'd bounced that. That probably was the best play. But I'm going to put him on the board.
I am not going to sit this one out.
For 0.
I have done the hero thing.
There goes the Leafkin Druid. I think this match just closed out for him. Even if he crises now, it's not enough. Alright, so round 1 against Temur Elementals, I guess, right? Noxious Grasp seems really good. Ashiok's Nightmare, 1 of. Cool. And what is too small or too slow, huh? I think we only need 1 of Dance of the Manse in this sort of matchup. 1 less Thirst for Meaning. Like, we don't have to be quite as greedy. And 1 less Omen of... Actually, let's keep Omen of the Sea and get rid of the Golden Egg. Yeah. Omen is just so good in this sort of deck. On the draw, with Omen of the Sea in the opening hand, I think we will keep. This lets us slow play this for turn 2, untapped that into Omen. Okay. Alright, auto. There's the Druid, and we're not going to hold up the Noxious. We need to hit lands ASAP. And that'll do it, boys. That will do it. Put the Shock 1 on top so we can guarantee we're going to have enough for a Teferi if we want to. Theoretically, we could even Thirst for Meaning, but I think that's getting too greedy. Alright. So she comes back in as a hexproof. Yes, she does. And yeah, Pretty soon the sacrifice clause is gonna be pretty mean to like the Thassa and stuff. So if she swings into attack, he has to have a 4th land. Does he have a 4th land? Fourth land? Oh, it's a temple. So he can't play it. And I can Noxious Grasp. But I'm not gonna. Ew. I don't know. I guess the play has to be kill the Risen Reef while I put this in slow. Right? Because I can't Kaya's Wrath here. No matter what. I think we're okay on lands, aren't we, guys? I think more or less we are. And that we're gonna slide on in here. Up to these the rest of the match. Alright, so he's up to 5. That could be a Nissa. Nissa would be annoying. So is a Risen Reef all day, every day. This looks like a good Kaya's Wrath, though. Unfortunately, he was able to get 2 triggers of the Risen Reef. Alright, but he just hit a land, so I guess that's not too terrible for us. Kaya's Wrath, keep getting rid of him. The problem becomes if he starts hitting these Cavalier of Thorns, which we didn't really account for a lot of graveyard hate. Alright, does he have a land and a Risen Reef? No, he does not. I think the play is just to do this, make him sack it, right? Has he got a bounce from a Brazen or something? Oh, okay. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. Well, Dream Trawler is about to kind of wreck his world. Alright, does he have a land? Of course he does. Of course he does. Of course he does. Alright. So let's just, I guess. Oh, that's such a good card. Okay, so, fine. Yeah, he is reaching so deep right now. He is reaching all the way in. Yes, he is. The silly thing is he keeps resetting his Omnath, so... No, he doesn't? Okay, fine. Oh, this works for me too, guys. Do you have more counters or something? What are you doing? What is he actually, like, trying to do here? He has more instant speed things, but, like, what are they? Alright, I'm up to 17, so... Feeling decent here. Not amazing. If he starts getting even 1 flicker, that will be kind of annoying. The Teferi can bounce a land, which is okay, I guess.
Land shall conquer you.
But yeah, that Mystical Dispute was the most clutch thing he's probably ever done in his life. This Thassa kind of just seems like he chucked it in there for good measure, you know? Just to have it. I really need my Doom Fortolds and whatnot.
Stand by and watch.
Do I bounce the island? I think I like might bounce like the Omen of the Sea or something, honestly.
Let's try this.
This is awkward. Alright, let's go ahead and do it though, right? We really need to hit something good here. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll discard it. I'll discard it, alright. And, alright. This is gonna be interesting, guys. You ready? We only have 2 here. This is gonna be the weakest Dance of the Mance in the world. Oh boy. But we gotta do it. I think so.
Be wary of the ground.
We could do Teferi plus 2 times Oath of Kaya, and that actually might be the play. He's going face. Think he's scared, guys? I do. That's a lot of Teferis. Alright, so here's what we'll do, I guess.
Here goes nothing.
We're gonna play Oath of Kaya. We need to get a lot of these in the graveyard for... Let's do that for 1.
It will endure.
Okay.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Just gotta slow down his roll just a little bit, so to say. And then do this for... I guess Teferi.
Sorry I'm late.
If he makes a mistake of leaving Teferi alive again, that Dance of the Man's blowback is going to be kind of massive. And by kind of, I mean really now. Because that's a lot stronger than it was looking. Although it is legendary, but at least I have 1, 2, plus the trigger from a 3rd now in.
Behold nature's true power.
I think we're at a point where he's not really drawing too hot, but like, I don't know. I need to have things that are going to survive also.
I've got it.
So 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I don't need lands, guys. Holy crap. Well, he left Teferi alive. It's his own fault.
The land fights for us.
Okay, we're going into the attack phase. Declared his attackers. Alright. So 2 Oath of Kayas are coming in. Right. So I can blow up the Leafkin and then kill those 2. Blow up the Leafkin. Blow up the Nissa. Scry 2 draw. Okay, whatever. And then... No. And this is just doing so much work. So we're going up to 12, but down to 6. Alright. Yeah, that Thassa with the Nissa does a lot of work here. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana left. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. The problem that he has, right, is that I'm gonna push to attack, and it's gonna get tapped, isn't it? No? He didn't? Okay. Sure, why not? Alright, so he's thinking he's gonna be able to play that again. So we Doom Foretold. That's going to be Thassa probably, right? Doom Foretold. I get to have 4 CMC available. Decline. This and this. And then he wins, doesn't he? Nope, golden egg, right? The problem is then, also, now that it's back to me, is that this only gets the non-land permanents. So that's Thassa. Because he's just going entirely on Nissa to carry him this whole match. Which is incredible. So incredible. Watch him draw like a... Okay, good job, man. Jeez, these turns take way too long. Alright, so we're sacrificing to gain the life. Longest match ever. So now we're at the end step. I flash in the Omen. I draw a card and I scry. So what are we going to do here to win? To survive? Noxious Grasp. We're only at 3 health. That's not going to be enough, is it? Because these lands need to go, but so does the Nissa. So does the Nissa. Okay, so we don't need the Temple. That's a for sure no. Noxious Grasp. That can get rid of one of these lands and give me 1 health. So that might actually be our best bet. Plus I get to draw whatever's on the top here. And sack that and then bounce something with Teferi. Alright, so now I get to sack that. Okay, okay. I don't want a planar cleansing though. Do I have to? So what I can do is bounce back like a breeding pool. Kill my Teferi, unfortunately.
Might be a bad idea.
Draw a card. I can kill off the Nissa. This will get rid of him, and also then there's just the Thassa that can be sacrificed. I can put down the Birth of Melitus. He can infinitely block a land. Do I have any planes left? I don't even remember. Sure. I guess I'll put this down. It doesn't matter, does it? I have too many. So I'm going to survive with 1 health here. Okay, goodbye Thassa. Indestructible. Okay, sure you are. But the 4, oh my gosh. Okay. So when you draw that lucky, guys, you don't need to be good at the game. Just remember that. What do I want to get rid of here? Thirst for Meaning is great, but it's not enough. Ashiok's Erasure just seems so oppressive. Senator's Sabotage, so flexible. Yeah, we'll go with that. That Mystical Dispute, though, he deserves Play of the Year for that. It was totally calculated, wasn't it, guys? I'm on the play. The Birth of Melitus is kind of cool, plus the extra draw from the Golden Egg. We'll play this first, I think. I do need to get a Swamp ASAP. There's a blue, next turn a white. He kept 7, I kept 7. Fabled Passage, huh? That's good to have. Alright. So we're gonna have our Swamp ready to roll here soon. Is he going like hard control now? Like, thought? No, he can't Thought Erasure. But I guess I'll just have Mystical Dispute for days. These are all pretty good now. High CMC here, and no board wipes, but I think it's leading well. Okay. Yeah, it's leaning really well. Let's get a Swamp though for surezies. Oh no, I'm supposed to do that first. I'll look like I meant to do that totally. Alright, sure, I'll play this. Okay. Even though I probably would have took that egg. But I guess it's better to like try and get towards like a Noxious Grasp or a board wipe here. Alright. So the Omnath's pretty annoying, but also that Probably means he has a Thassa here coming right up. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the ramp. Yep, hit the ramp. Omen of the Sea, huh? Once again, I think we're going more towards board wipes. Next turn we can start to Ashiok, which is pretty oppressive. Unfortunately, with the lands from Nissa, they do win the trade. I'll take 4 to the face here. That's fine. He doesn't get trample. So this is where I'd be afraid of Mystical Dispute, but I don't see any blue. Do you? Do you see that, fam? I don't see that.
Here, deep below.
All right, now we get to slowly give it to him, Ashiok style. All right, all right. What do you got here? Targeted removal? This seems fine. There we go. What's he got otherwise? Huh? What's he got?
Creeping, thieving progeny.
Creeping, thieving, progeny. Do I want to shotgun for the Dream Trawler? That seems really good. But now, see, now he could have a Mystical Dispute. So we'll play this first and we'll see what he does. He's okay with me having it. I'm okay with keeping it. We're good on lands once again, so we got our board clear finally. And I'm ready to get Mystical Disputed. Let's get that out of here. No?
This isn't a fight you can win.
See, if I bounce him back, then he comes down and deals 1 anyways.
That's more like it.
Okay. So he's gonna have some pretty massive plays here that I haven't seen him do yet to come back from this. Cavalier of Thorns is not it. Not to mention I just bounce him back. I could cast these. We could win with we could win with Oath of Kaya alone. I could cast all of these. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. It's a bit oppressive. I do need a land, don't I? I need a land.
Don't worry.
Let's get one more land. No? Bit unfortunate, isn't it, guys? I could Teferi to bounce back the Omnath. That might be the play. Because if I Kaya's Wrath, then I don't have enough here for the Sinister Sabotage. Once again, but these are both so good. That might actually be the play. I think that's what I'll do here. Alright, so he's got to sacrifice something. He's going to get Nissa back, I'm pretty sure. And that's going to allow him to play a lot of things. But he has to start trying to play a lot of things here to have a chance even. He went for Risen Reef. Right. So I think I'm going to ultimate with Ashiok next turn. There's too much value. Cavalier. Thassa, I guess Paradise Druid. The Kaya's Wrath is weird, but with all it allows me to do, I think I will. Okay. That seems to be okay. Let's see what else. Negate. Oh well. Maybe we'll draw a land. Nope, Noxious Grass. Never mind. If I cast this, then I have not enough still. It's insane, man.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Do I take these from him? I actually don't know. Oath of Kaya seems interesting. I could hold up for Kaya's Wrath. Might be the play.
Terror lurks among us.
So he could get a lot of value here with the Risen Reef. I could just cancel that, right? And then hold up for the Kaya's Wrath still. Let's try and hit a land. Well, it's not a swamp, but I guess it'll have to do.